reach for you beyond my grasp. Your silver light lights up my mask, and moonbeams infill my heart. I feel we're growing less apart. Before I stop, I have to start. The only thing I ask, how can I build cosmic bridges beyond these lakes and jagged ridges, where starburst reign supreme, keep lighting up my dreams. Sweet child, if only you knew why I have the margin of the sky, you'd see the master's plan. Celestial gardener calls me home. Each day when in the sun you roam, there's one thing that I ask, that you keep building cosmic bridges where stardust reigns supreme, keep lighting up my dreams. How can I build cosmic bridges beyond these lakes and jagged ridges, where starburst reigns supreme, keep lighting up my dreams. Sweet child, if only you knew why I have the margin of the sky, you see the master's plan, keep lighting up my dreams. Sweet child, if only you knew why I have the margin of the sky, you'd see the master's plan. Celestial gardener calls me home. Each day when in the sun you roam, there's one thing that I ask, that you keep building cosmic bridges where stardust reigns supreme, keep lighting up my dreams. That you keep building cosmic bridges where stardust reigns supreme, keep lighting up my dreams.
Hello. Hi, Donna.
Hi.
Good to see you here.
Yes. Sorry, but we started a few minutes later than we had anticipated, but we had some technical difficulties, but here we are, and I'm super excited to be here today. How about you, Dan?
I am. And we have a whole legion of guests backstage, and we're going to bring one of them up in just a moment from Copernic Space, Grant Blaisdell. And actually, Donna, I'm gonna go backstage and kind of be behind the scenes and just let you and Grant chat for a bit, because there's some really, really exciting stuff coming up. And it involves art and music and space and the moon and NFTs and digital collectibles. Yeah, there's just so much. So over to you, Donna, and then Grant, I'm going to go ahead and bring you up as well. So welcome.
All right. Well, thanks, Dan.
Duck backstage.
So first I'll just introduce myself. So I'm Donna Guerin, founder of Global Lighthouse Studios, where we connect teachers and students around the world through the lens of music and the arts. And I wanted to go ahead and pass the mic over to our first guest for today, which Mr. Grant Blaisdell, and he will go ahead and introduce himself and tell us a little bit about Copernic Space and some of the exciting things that are going on.
Thanks for setting this up and having me. Hello, Donna. Hello, everyone there listening. Once again, I'm Grant Blaisdell. I'm CEO and co-founder of Copernic Space. We're the pioneering platform that's tokenizing, utilizing blockchain to democratize and enable ownership in this new space economy. And as a part of this, this journey and creation of the platform and the standards and really revolutionary models and sales in the new space economy, we decided to have our own moon mission, proven industry standard, a case that we've been building, investing into our own space asset, taking that space asset, tokenizing it, fractionalizing it, and enabling well over 100 different commercial entities. Also, there's individuals, our passport holders, who I know some of you are here, as well as brands. An awesome selection of the global market to have access of ownership of our asset, and through that ownership, create their own asset based off what they're sending to the moon. Right. So, the cause for celebration today is we gave a little sneak peek to our community and passport holders yesterday, but there's an official date, time, and countdown for the moon mission, which launches on a SpaceX Falcon 9 out of Cape Canaveral on December 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe, which will take about a month to get to the lunar surface, where Firefly's Blue Ghost lander will be responsible for bringing us to the lunar surface, and all of our great moon mission participants, soon to be real world space asset owners on the lunar surface. So, and in the bottom right there, you heard me talking about the passport holders. So that's a link to what that is. That's how we enable our supporters, users, space enthusiasts to have privileged access, ownership, benefit, value, and participation in all assets, opportunities on the Copernic space platform. So there's a good amount of people on our moon mission that came in originally as passport holders, and our hosts here, I believe, are passport holders as well. So back to the moon mission. This is a culmination of multiple years of work. Originally, we built a standard for physical assets with Lunar Outpost, which is a moon-focused company, especially known for building rovers and vehicles for the lunar surface. Has been very successful at that. And then we worked with other moon companies to build what we call the digital payload, the digital asset standard for the space economy, and that's what we're doing with our moon mission. After last year, we successfully did a proof of concept sale, setting the standard for physical assets on Space Forest rocket. So this is us not just having our own moon mission, having our own payload. It's launching, improving a new industry standard, right? And enabling consumers, the commercial market, to have access and ownership of assets in space, and in this case, historically on the lunar surface. So I want to thank you guys for taking the initiative, celebrating this with us. And I also look forward to hearing about the work you're doing with us, Donna, and the Lady Rocket Foundation, and have you relay that to everybody here. Pretty soon, Dan's going to be sharing also a link to some news articles around the moon mission, to our Twitter. So if you don't follow us, etc., make sure to go do that. But back to the point, you can go to one of the tweets Dan will be sharing, and there you will have a tweet with the link to the countdown. And as a special preview, we're going to be launching a whole new website, landing page, etc., and we will have a countdown on there as well soon. So launching December 30th, Cape Canaveral, Florida. SpaceX Falcon 9 lands within the Firefly's lander, and we're hanging out with LifeShip in their capsule, where we have over 2,000 unique digital assets that will be tokenized and verified as real world space assets. So it's a big day for space, big day for Copernic space, big day for crypto, and the foundation of the new space economy built on blockchain.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for all that information. And I hope everyone's aware of the QR codes and how you can get involved. And I would like to just mention it's also, we are also launching things here in Denver with the new program that we're going to be doing with Lady Rocket Foundation and Copernic Space. We're creating our own space education program, but through that lens of music and the arts. And so we're going to have artists involved, such as Sam Stubblefield. He's going to be helping me launch it here in Denver. And we are looking for opportunities for schools that want to be the first school, possibly to go to the moon with their arts and music that we're going to be creating with the students. And so if you are in Denver and you are ready to take your students to the moon, and you're ready to get involved in a very innovative and technologically savvy arts and music program, you can please reach out to me, and I would love to connect with you here locally so that we can get the program started. We are looking for sponsorships as well for people that are interested in sponsoring a classroom, perhaps, to be able to start the program. But we have lots of local sponsors already that have shown interest. I know we have Wings partnership with Wings Over the Rockies Museum here locally in Denver. But we can't wait to get started, and you should definitely check out Sam Stubblefield. He's an amazing, amazing artist, and I feel quite honored actually to have him be a part of our arts and music programming. And
Yeah, Sam, sorry to interrupt. Sam's a very successful guy. You know, I've gotten to talk to him a few times. You know, we're also planning to do some stuff around Copernic Space, and he's unique because he's one of the few artists who's actually, you know, done any sort of art and space initiatives already. So, you know, he's a perfect fit in many ways to collaborate with Donna and the Lady Rocket Foundation um, around this collision of space, art, culture, education.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. And I thought maybe now would be a good time maybe to bring up Walton Peacock, just because she can tell us a little bit about some of the artwork or spaceables or anything else that we'd like to talk about before Lady Rocket joins us. So I don't know, Dan, if you can bring up Walton Peacock.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So as far as the art that is going up to the moon with Copernic Space, we have a large community with our Spaceables artists, and they have a lot of them have sent their art up with our moon project, as well as Eva and Grant and myself sending up our own art that we're sending. We have everything from digital art to digital art to music, everything that you can possibly think of is being sent up to the moon. It's very exciting, and our community is very involved in it. We did have several art competitions along the way where artists were able to receive free payload space if they competed and won a spot, as well as many spaces that we sold on our moon mission. We have a lot of NFT projects as well as crypto projects on just about every chain you can think of, everything from Polygon to Bitcoin, Ethereum projects. We really try to involve as many projects as we could and as many chains as we could so that everybody felt involved with this mission to the moon.
All right. And I think Lady Rocket has arrived, so you can go ahead and send her on up to the stage.
Everybody, I'm stepping out of the very noisy but very fabulous AI fusion of creativity, and just had an opportunity to speak and welcome. I'm looking who is in the room. Okay, fantastic. Hello, Donna. Hello, Grant. And cannot see the rest of the team, but anyway, Omar is there. Fantastic. Coming to you, very excited. I just speaking of going to the moon, and something that I think is very inspirational. I just talked with the right hand of Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn. And there's incredible, and Grant, this is a real-time opportunity. One of the things that they are using AI for is to create a digital twin of the very first famous personalities. And I had a discussion about inviting or creating through AI digital twins of the real or the people who are not with us anymore, but would be phenomenal to take to the moon. So Ben and invited me to connect, to invite Reid Hoffman, to the moon. Of course, I told him it's not going to be cheap; it's going to be expensive. But this is phenomenal idea because now we can not only send objects, not only send art, not only send interactive AI, but we can use it to sell what I think is going to be extremely popular and valuable. Send your digital twin to the moon. And we as the curators of it all. And so this is just stepping in as a happy co-founder with Grant of Copernic Space, which is giving us incredible substance because otherwise we'll be just talking heads and people who are discussing importantly, but here we have a power to act. And what Copernic Space is, it doesn't exist here. I just met with the elite of Hollywood. I just met with the elite of AI of Los Angeles and Silicon Valley. Everybody is pretty much doing, cool stuff, but there's no platform like Copernic Space to amplify it, give it purpose, give it financial dimension, give it incredibleness. And we are in charge. We are in charge of the pricing paradigm. Um, so that's a quick. Well, I am stepping in for a moment so you can take a look at the incredible energy in this room. Um, and then I will listen and join you. I just want to show you quickly. I am on the stage. And here are some remarkable people that were with us. Sanders Star, we have a meeting with him. He runs innovation at Red Bull, I think, top brands. Here is Ben, who represents Project Reid Hoffman, which is the digital twin, and many others. But the bottom line is Copernic Space and Hamlin Radioactive Foundation wants to bring to Denver would be unprecedented and would be grounded also in our expertise of leading and influencing here in Los Angeles beyond the adoption of most important new technologies and social economic trends, including AI, because with Walton Peacock and Grant, we have created a first purpose-driven NFT platform. This is what you hear here. People want to see purpose. People want to see relevance. People want to see who is behind it. We've done it. So I am very, very excited. And just stepping on the street here because it's too noisy to be here. And here I am standing in the front of our famous Venice Beach artwork, which we can also take to the moon. So Denver, here we come. A lot of ideas if Denver is going to be ready for it, and we will know soon.
Yes, excellent. And I was going to say, since we're talking about Denver and launching here in Denver, maybe you might want to mention your idea about including Formula One into the mix.
Yes. It's being entrepreneur means being bold, being fast, knowing a lot, and not missing opportunities, and being able to connect dots that can translate into millions of dollars. And connectivity of the dots that we can do is, since last year, we've been actively as a Copernic Space cultivating different ways that we can propose to Formula One a meaningful mutual relationship. and it included Formula One token, Lady Rocket philanthropy with Formula One, but also understanding of the dynamics inside of Formula One, which are changing. Denver and the relationship with Donna and the team, and recent very successful moving forward relationship with Wings Above Rockies Museum, and the fact that ownership and the financial heart of Formula One moved to Denver from London, from CVC Equity Fund company, who sold entire Formula One to your prominent resident of Denver, John Malone, space and Rocky cowboy. So connecting the dots, and we are sending Formula One and Ferrari to the moon. We've invested in it. And recent news of T-Mobile signing a mega sponsorship deal with Formula One. Also Louis Vuitton. So there is so-called perfect storm. We are going to the moon. We have something that no one else can put in front of those people. We have potentially brand new sponsors who are now looking for the ideas how to leverage their sponsorship in an innovative way, beyond just putting their names on the car, what the past said. But this is a key way Formula One promotes itself is putting names of the sponsors on the cars. Well, we can put it on the moon. We can put it on the token. We already have a collection of Formula One, as a matter of fact, created by artists from Kenya. We can invite Denver community also to create it, but the concept is to gel the deal with the director of the museum, Space Museum, to create Copernic Space branded Formula One Space to the Moon exhibit that could be financed either directly by Formula One or its foundation. And by the way, here's the power. There are 3 women here. Formula One's #1 goal in the United States and strategically is to attract women, especially American women.
All right.
So here's the goal. And again, Copernic Space can issue the space assets. We can monetize it. We can sell it. We have a track record. We have other rockets waiting. In addition to SpaceX, we have 4 rockets that we can sell to Formula One for the branding rights.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah. Grant or Marcy, you want to say anything or? No? Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, hey, I can step back in for a second.
Sure.
As well. Can you see me on the screen?
No, we
No.
can't see you.
We're like maxed out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, Lady Rocket turned off her camera here. I'll pop in for a second. But wait, you can see me now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. There's
I
so
just-
many.
I just-
Oh, you're
no,
changing all the.
no, I don't like that.
This is experiments in live
Yes.
streaming. Yeah. So I think it would be a great opportunity. We do have a few more people backstage here in the studio. If we want to pull people up, maybe one at a time, to just kind of give support or ask questions. We also have, if you're watching this live stream and you're on X, like a lot of this audience is on X, so just open the live stream. There's a little thing that says stream, like live stream chat or like stream chat, and then you'll be able to actually comment, and then we can feature your comments, questions on stage. So I'm gonna duck out and bring Lady Rocket back, but maybe Donna, we can kind of regulate things and then bring people up one at a time. Does that work for everybody?
Yeah, for
This
sure.
is such exciting news, and
Yes.
I'm really, really happy to see all of you. We've seen each other in spaces as these little icons, and it's great to just see people and and share some space. All right, bringing back Lady Rocket.
All right. If I do cinema, but I don't want to be the featured person. But
well, yeah, we can
because then you
we'll
can
put Lady
stay
Rocket
here.
up there.
Yeah, if you could make that happen, that would be awesome.
There we go. So now she's there we go.
Thank you.
So,
all right, much better. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna duck backstage if there's anybody that has any questions. I guess my question And I can put this back up here too, and I'll keep featuring some of these links that Grant shared. This is, how we started the broadcast, just talking about the Copernic space passports. And Grant, I think we have got an audience of 56 now. If you want to maybe just kind of go back through that and talk a little bit about the passports, and then I can feature that up on top while we're waiting for Lady Rocket to come back. All right.
Why can't we hear Grant? I can't hear Grant. Dan, if you want to come back, we can't hear Grant.
Oh, hey, Grant.
That's because I muted myself. And
oh, there you go. Okay.
So,
help! Live streaming.
So what I was saying, I wonder how I looked. So what I was saying is, listen, maybe it's a good time, since there's people in here, that I'll kind of start from the beginning a little bit and kind of describe really what is Copernic space, what's led up to this point in a certain way, what is this point, and where we're going, next with it, right? So Lady Rocket and I, we realized as founders of this many years ago at this point, that space's biggest need and biggest opportunity is going to be what I view as a macroeconomic solution for the market. So once again, creating that, what we call the commercial and financial infrastructure and the marketplace, the application, the user interface and experience on top that enables all these space ventures, missions, etc., to tokenize varieties of what we call space assets, whether they represent, like ownership of something on a moon mission, to next year actual financial stakes in space ventures, companies, missions, assets themselves. That until that was formed and we unlocked your ownership in space. So not just the concept of access to space, but creating a whole new asset class that can touch anyone from, individuals, consumer space enthusiasts, to companies, major investors, eventually even the VCs and the hedge funds. And we knew that this market won't fully develop until that sense of ownership is there. So we're empowering you to become a stakeholder and a player in this new space economy, right? So built behind it, Lady Rocket and I, there's a 3-generation legacy committed to open up space for humanity, so to say, built on my grandfather's work. And so by creating that democratization to space assets, we're creating these opportunities to fuel new wealth and solutions for some of the most important challenges and opportunities on Earth. So it's about turning you into a player in this new space economy, because we understood that that's what the space economy needs as well, is as many participants. The idea of decentralization, of course, sits somewhere behind that, but it's also a matter of pure capital and participation that space needs. Space is capital intensive, and it needs as many people and as many commercialization, value, and financing models and channels and solutions for it as possible, right? So when we're talking about space assets, these are these stakes in moon missions. We're going to satellite imagery. Lady Rocket brought up the rockets. And once again, even investments in these space venture startups. So we're bringing space into the digital economy and digitizing these space assets, making them tradable, utilizable, and once again, turning you into a player in space assets, let's say before they go to the moon, right? So we've been one of the cool things, the challenges we knew would be one of the biggest challenges and opportunities in being such a, let's say, pioneering player in this new space economy and creating kind of a whole new market and asset class is, okay, the language, the communication, the education, right, is a big part of it. So whether you want to look at us strictly as a platform of marketplaces, you view us as the space asset exchange, we're bringing this space economy, directly to you. So once again, whether you're a space enthusiast, business, investor, crypto passionate person, we want to enable you to be an empowered, active participant in space, right? So what we've done so far is, once again, we've worked with leading players in space to start defining and creating the standards for certain assets within this space asset class, both physical as digital, and then launch related sales according to those standards, which we've already successfully done. And our moon mission represents one of those standards, where we've only gone through half of the process, which is who and what is going up, right? And now it becomes ownership and then commercialization and trade. And that's going to happen on what we call Space Mart. Space Mart is our marketplace for what we call real world space assets. So, this tangible ownership of unique assets, right? Next year, we're hitting you with Space Pool, which is, think of it as a secure regulated DeFi app, because you can't go pure Web3 with space, right? That opens up the door to what we call financial space assets, right? So these are financial mechanisms to invest and trade investments into the space ventures, assets, missions themselves, et cetera. And as some of you who are on here and how you originally started using our platform is, last but not least, Spaceables, where Marcy is our head curator and a big person behind building, the community, our user base behind Spaceables, which is, we understood that space is its own culture. You can see it through design, art, what people wear, right? I'd like to say I see more NASA shirts than I do Nike at this point. So we understood that we can create a home for the creator and the collectible, the art, the music, and of the space economy, which we think is countless millions of people across the world. So that's our dedicated marketplace to the culture of space, where we kind of Trojan horse emotionally onboard space passionate or people or creators, and then funnel them onto Space Mart, Space Pool, these real ownership. And obviously a lot of people from Spaceables converted into real world space asset opportunities, like through our moon mission or our previous sale last year, which I think there's some people here in the room from our previous sale last year. So what's coming up next? Once again, moon mission, current date, time, December 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern, Cape Canaveral, Florida. We plan on having some events there. We're in talks with some of our partners, potential sponsors, et cetera, right now. Since there's some set date finally, seemingly, we can, be a little bit more serious about trying to organize that. Okay, so this is going to be a historic thing. And once again, who and what going up is just part one. The verification, tokenization of the ownership and the trade of those assets is next. And then we get into the financial space assets. So we have a wonderful SEC regulated partner that's enabling us to start offering these sort of opportunities, tokenized, investments into the space ventures next year. And also, as Lady Rocket alluded to, we're already gearing up and have access to a variety of rockets and other missions, both physical as well as digital, that we're working on bringing to market for you guys, right? So this is what's led up to this. And, next to it, along this history has been the Lady Rocket Foundation, which was birthed in the same place under, some of the same ambitions as Copernic Space, and has successfully implemented space education, inspiration, and space art related programs
Great.
Europe, and now we're bringing it to Denver, thanks to the amazing work of Donna. So thank you once again.
Oh, thank you, Grant. Eva, did you want to speak?
I found quieter place, and yes, I would like to also acknowledge Donna and her commitment to work with us, and commitment to work with the Lady Rocket Foundation to bring to Denver a highly optimized, beautifully packaged, tested already in California, in Lombok, in Ukraine, in Zagreb, in Kenya, space inspiration classes for our younger generation, because it's so important to give them an opportunity to experience space not only through science and STEM, but through creativity, through emotions, through the ownership of art that they can create inspired by moon or Mars and space. So thanks, Grant, for bringing up Lady Rocket Foundation, because also we connect to Copernic Space and we benefit from Copernic Space because expertise, resources of Copernic Space allows us to run Lady Rocket Foundation as a connected to blockchain, NFTs as a way to finance philanthropy, cryptocurrency as a way to finance philanthropy, which opens up completely new financial revolution in the area of fundraising. And we not only talk about it, we have incredible precedences and proofs of collaboration across major communities like CatCoin, which is collaborating with Lady Rocket Foundation and Mooncat, initiative that inspires beautiful AI art. Among other, Walton Peacock contributed some absolutely beautifully looking cats, astronauts going to the moon. So Lady Rocket Foundation will be using it to fundraise, while also inspire philanthropy to support cats, which are very much suffering animals. And we have a cat coin community which is contributing cat coin crypto, which is also going to the moon. So we have created ecosystem for space that has not existed, an ecosystem which is priceless and unprecedented because it opens up opportunity to find your space in space, to you as individuals, to your foundations, to your companies, to your community, to your museum. Very nice to meet you. Thank you. Bye bye. One of the speakers. So anyway, hold on, I need to ask her the question actually about education. So I am muting myself for the moment and I will come back.
Okay. Yeah, well, like Eva mentioned, we're coming here to Denver. And so if you are in the Denver area and are interested in learning more about this program, Global Lighthouse Studios, we currently work in about 70 countries, and we have over 100 classrooms that we currently work with. And so I'm excited to launch this program right here in Denver. And the hope and dream is to be able to take it around the world and then to the moon. So it's quite the ambitious goal, but those of you who are part of the Global Lighthouse family know that I am very dedicated to arts and music, and I'm super excited to be able to integrate that into the space inspiration program that Lady Rocket has already established. And then over to maybe bring Dan back up for a second, if you want to see who else wanted to speak while we're waiting for Eva.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know this is, I'm going to give just a little PSA. I'm writing in the chat right now too. But this, different platform for seeing each other on a live stream, and we're used to that spaces. So if you are listening to this broadcast or watching the broadcast, if you just click on the little stream, there's a little bubble at the bottom that says live chat. And then you can actually chat with us and ask questions. And so that's for anybody that's here in the studio. We actually have like our own little private chat button, but I would encourage everyone to just use the public chat so that we can just talk with each other, because there's some really cool things going on in the chat. I'm just going to read some out from some people that we have back here in the studio. Adam Boyle is here. We've got Waltzing Peacock was saying actually New Year's at Cape Canaveral. Like, that's so exciting. I think this is one of the things that I really noticed first about Copernic Space and about Lady Rocket and the Lady Rocket Foundation is it's community driven. I mean, I have not seen a project like this, and that's because I don't think the one has existed that is quite like this, where it is really, it's fueled by not just good intention, but by good action. And that's what I've observed. And I did say that in a space yesterday, and I meant it from the bottom of my heart, that this is a group of people that right now, if you're seeing this and you haven't gotten the wake-up call, get involved with this group of people. Because when they say they're going to the moon to do amazing things, and when they say, we're changing the space industry, oh, see, here we got Binks joining in the conversation. Right? So please join this conversation. We want to hear the community. We want to kind of, amp up this excitement, because this is the time to really widen that net of who can join this movement. It's not just a moment that's going on here. It is a movement, and it's a movement in the direction of beyond, which is a very exciting thing. So I'm going to pop backstage again, and then I'll kind of manage that. Now the chat's like lighting up. So yeah, we got.
Well, I want to say thank you, for all those kind words. And, there's so much work and really pushing through that goes behind, building transformative things. I spoke about that kind of communication, education, challenges, and yet opportunities around this. So to hear how people are reacting to that and being engaged and feeling that sense of ownership, right? And recognizing that both Lady Rocket and I, don't just dedicate ourselves, let's say, to, the traditional business end of our company, but the individuals that help drive what we do in the market, which includes a lot of you here. So I want to thank you guys for that as well. Dan brought something up I wanted to comment on, but I forgot what it was at this point. The futurism products, I believe we have an email thread going back to that. So I'll happily continue that conversation for you. But, in relation to such questions to, people who've been with us for a while, I saw Edster was in the room at some point. So that's an example of someone who's been with us for a long time. These prices, et cetera, vary based off the various missions and opportunities, right? So, whether they're physical, and I see Edster still here, whether they're physical, they're digital, moon, orbit, reusable rocket, which reusable rocket, these are all defining things. So you guys understand, this kind of highlights, a major issue we're looking to streamline, scale through a solution in the space economy, is that all of these sort of opportunities. So next time Futurism Products wants to, fulfill that sort of question, we have, a plethora of listings and opportunities on the platform with streamlined digital processes for both sides, both space companies as well as the commercial client end, to have that price discovery and then go through the business process, the transaction, the tokenization of the asset and the trade of that asset, all within one interface practically, right? So I like those questions. They're my favorite types of questions, client questions. So just understand that it's still a process that, it all depends on what you want to do also, right? Where you want to go, right? So I'll get back to you within the next couple of days on email, and happy to move that relationship forward.
Yeah, just one thing I noticed that is on the Copernic website is if you click on the link or just like take a screenshot if you're on your phone, you can click on the QR code. I also put it in the chat, all of these links, but there are some FAQs that are right here that I was just like kind of scrolling through, and it's really well, well planned out, and just like every question I had was just kind of that logical piece. And so for me, and this is like, I guess, a teachable moment, when I'm looking at FAQs, I love how these are presented because they're not overwhelming. It can be, for somebody coming into this project, which may be somebody watching this stream, this may be the first thing you're hearing about this. This Copernic Space Passport site is really a great place to really learn about what is your piece of this. And the fact that it's democratized to the point where, like on a teacher's salary, I can actually afford a passport and, be part of this. That's what to me is really mind blowing, that, this is not just something that is far, far away, or that is unreachable financially. This is a time in history where all the things are coming together in a way that we can actually achieve these things together. So I'll just be like, maybe I can be your number one cheerleader, but I'm just super impressed with what you guys are doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so that FAQ is on our passports page. So actually there's some things that, like I said, we're going through. Thanks, Adam. It's good to see you, buddy. We should chat soon. That we're, in relation to this moon mission, what's also kind of happening behind the scenes. Once again, we're not just launching a new website, updating things, but, launching the whole new platform, which will be coming out in kind of a process, right? So initially it'll be, okay, how do we onboard the moon mission participants? Then it's tokenization of those, capability to create listing, and somewhere in that process will also be the relaunch of Spaceables. Okay, so once that happens, once the moon mission is actually happening, you will have Spaceables and the moon mission on SpaceMart, with the capability to work with us to launch more stuff on SpaceMart. And in between, we're raising what we call an astronaut round. So we just cool question there. And I'll get into a whole kind of speech around your question, Josh, which I'll love to, hear your thoughts on it, where we want to bring also a different sense of kind of transparency as a space company, to the market. So we're going through what we call our astronaut funding round. We're a company that's built a multi-million dollar valuation through investments through a group of VCs, as well as crypto and space angels, as well as, for example, our most recent investor is the former head of AI at Nestle Purina. So we're fundraising to actually invest into sales and marketing, so investing into revenue generation, right? Initially, obviously focused on the moon mission. So we're going to invest into, the resale of assets owned by other people on our platform, right? Which, I think is a cool thing, right? Obviously, we have percentages out of all these transactions, but so that's one thing that we're focused on, growing, utilizing liquidity on, most of it actually. We're growing, so our team needs to grow with it, right? And also, we've shown that we can be very successful, through our moon mission in acquiring space assets, turning them into, what we call real world space assets, and being able to resell that, right? So we want to go out to the market and buy more and launch more native sales, right? As we onboard more opportunities from, space companies, et cetera, onto the marketplace for their native sales, right? So that's something that's happening in the background. If you guys want to talk to us, just like Futurism Products asked, from a client setting, if you want to chat with us about becoming a stakeholder in Copernic Space, we've had a great group of certain amount of our investors come through, alleys that you wouldn't think. So to Josh, where can I buy this coin? We made a decision early on not to launch a, standard ERC20 token. So you understand my background, I previously founded CoinFirm, which is leading analytics, AML platform in crypto. I've launched a token before, been very successful with it, managed its integration into the product, the community, the holders, all that stuff. I know what it takes and what comes along with that. Although there's lots of benefits to it, like, short-term liquidity, not having to go through the traditional, let's say, equity investment process, which as a CEO, a serial founder of ventures, it's generally the bane of your existence as a founder or CEO of a startup. But we understood what we're building here is really a standard and a foundation for decades for this market. And you'll notice that most token launches, projects that launch with that token aspect focus almost exclusively on the token, and really never build, usually don't build scalable, important actual solutions based off all of this. Okay. So we've actually put that in our plans for when we reach a certain scale of usage, and I can introduce, great function, utility, and benefits attached to that ERC. But we understood, just like we're talking about ownership in the space economy, giving you guys ownership, that space is never really going to be grabbed by the people until they have a sense of ownership in it or some sort of privilege benefits in it. That's why we launched our passports, right? So that's what stood behind that, is how do we build network effect? How do we enable you guys to not just become players by becoming owners, but for you to be able to build your own space business? So there's people watching right now that have generated their own space revenue by becoming verified resellers of space assets, opportunities on our platform, or linking with our ecosystem, with our partners, with our community. Lady Rocket obviously, is amazing and extremely dedicated to giving you guys, our passport holders, our clients, exposure in all different types of places, right? So that's what we've created. There's only 1,543 of them. It was created, that's to recognize the year Copernicus released his theory on heliocentricity, 1543. It's not made to be some, Bored Ape sort of thing. It's there to create a new standard of NFTs tied to projects and products and platforms, right? So it unlocks benefits and utilities both on platform as well as IRL. And some of that has been, if you hold enough, for example, you got a free payload on our moon mission, right? And everybody else who was a holder got, privileged access, discounts. We've sent a lot of philanthropic stuff up too for passport holders, just being like, hey, it's philanthropic, we'll just do it for you. So we're not just looking to set the highest and next standard when it comes to applying tokenization for real world assets, in this case, real world space assets, but to set the next standard generally of the idea of an NFT tied to a project or something like that, right? And what are the benefits to the holders outside of, hey, can this 10x in the next, week or whatever it may be. So for people who want to actually, participate, Lady Rocket, you want to talk?
Thank you. Sure, I will jump
Sorry,
in.
I kept going and I didn't know that you were trying to get in there.
Yeah, and I was listening to you because every time I hear you speaking, it opens new ideas for the community that is listening to us or might listen to us later. I want to mention that one of the incredible value of Copernic Space, and thank you, Dan, for recognizing incredible community that we have. We work very hard on it, but most importantly, that might be very interesting and relevant to our viewers, is that we are truly in the midst of the most avant-garde, socially, financially, artistically events almost all over the world. As an active and influential member of Hollywood community, Hollywood AI community, film community, I am here, as you know, the meetings are almost concluding, but what we had here today was just a powerful engagement with hands-on discussion, how AI can provide completely new ability to share what value, to create new community, to engage through film, through rackets. So if you join us, and especially through passports, and this is not sales pitch by any means, this is the invitation to join us while those passports last. And I am putting a lot of pressure on Grant to increase their price, because you will get access to our hands-on innovation, not only our innovation, which is already big, but access to our network of the innovators that are both committed, put up with living in Los Angeles, which is very difficult. And then you are dealing with Copernic Space, which is proven blockchain platform that can organize you as a space asset, register you, send you to the moon, and something that we are actively now stepping in to address creatively, artistically, but also financially. Is our right to use 4 rockets. We are leasing them to transform space and transform rockets into the most esteemed examples of art, creativity. I just had a meeting with one of the most empowered AI music producers. And you know what? One music rocket can change music industry. Okay, so if you step in, if you hang around, if you follow Donna in the program, you can come with your questions, you can come with your boldness, you can come with your courage, because you know what? There's a lot of things to do on planet Earth, but we believe that accelerator and financier of space that is free to perform. It's what we are doing, transforming space into the space economy, but putting financial results into your hands. We are also launching Spaceables, which is NFT and space art platform. So if you're an artist, fashion designer, musician, collector, investor, or all of the above, because we have people who hit all those categories, including works in Peacock. Um, that's the place for you to see if you can spread your greatness all the way to the moon and back. And I am thinking about full format, entertaining content. You know, right here I am like in the middle of the meetings and conference, so I couldn't be as focused as I would like to next time. But I'm thrilled that Donna and Dan have picked up and invited us to be a part of this show because I believe that this is a unique show. And then we can speak specifically to the city of Denver, to their leadership, because we are not bringing another conference or another seminar or another stuff. We can bring access to the space industry with city of Denver, its investors, its entrepreneurs, its company, being invited to be a part of something that is absolutely has to be on the agenda of every city. And last but not least, I want to challenge city of Denver to do something remarkable because in 1976, Denver said no to Olympics. Can you imagine? So I want to bring spirit of Olympics back to Denver in my little humble way, but also invite Denver to become a space city because we can do it. We are doing it for Salt Lake City. We are doing it for Los Angeles. And let's hustle up tradition and bring something big to the beautiful city of Denver. And Donna and Dan, thank you for inviting Grant and I.
Absolutely. Well, and it's going to be time to start tapering it down just to be respectful of everybody's time. And this was such an amazing time together. And one resounding call to action, I think, that I have heard in all of this and in the programming that you have been doing on X Spaces before is to really think bigger. If you have an idea, then think a little bigger. You can challenge yourself to think bigger. And it's not unheard of to move mountains when you have a team like this. So it's really inspiring to watch you and the way that you work together in this community. So I just wanted to mention that, and then I'm gonna have to shut off the stream in about 7 minutes. So I wanted to give that nice gentle warning that it's time to start wrapping up. But thank you so much for being here, Lady Rocket and Grant and Donna. This has been amazing. So I'm going to pass it back to you, Donna, to just kind of wrap everything up. I'll go back to the background, and it's just been such a pleasure sharing space with you.
Great, thanks, Dan. So if any of you were not able to make it today or watching this on the replay, my hope is that maybe we can do this every couple of weeks just to kind of keep people in the loop of what's going on and be able to shout out to Denver that we're about to launch this big thing. So let's take Denver to the moon. Let's make this happen here. As Lady Rocket mentioned, not only are we a space city. We have lots of different space companies that are based here in Denver, but we also do have a connection to the Olympics because we have the Olympic training grounds and the Olympic Museum down in Colorado Springs. So I will pass the baton over back to Grant just to wrap things up. But thank you so much for those of you that were able to make it. And you can watch this on the restream across all social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I will pass it back over to Grant or to you, Lady Rocket.
You want to go ahead, Lady Rocket, or you want me to go?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you.
No, I wanted to thank you guys once again for this. This is great. We should do this more often, so to say. would love for our community to hear more, a little bit more detail next time. What you guys are doing through Global Lighthouse and the Lady Rocket Foundation there in Denver. Also, to new people here in the room, make sure to follow us on Twitter. I believe Dan shared some tweets of ours in there. That's usually a good source for information. We're also on LinkedIn as well, so you can find us there. You can follow Lady Rocket at Lady Rocket Space on Twitter. I'm at GB Savant. Thank you to people with the kind words. Thanks, Josh. Also, welcome. I hope you start following us. Check out what we do, and we hope to convert you into a stakeholder and a player in this new space economy. To Binks, Dr. Monica, Edster, who I know is back here somewhere. You're all passport holders. You're all on the moon mission. And, you guys are three special people who've been with us for a while, that have been, showing that we can build a network that grows this space economy and our ownership and benefit from it together. So I want to thank everybody. Looking forward to sharing this further. Not just with our community, but across the World Wide Web. So thank you.
Yes. Go ahead, Donna. Go
Oh, no,
ahead.
I was just going to pass it over to you. If you can close us out, that would be great.
Okay, fantastic. I am so excited. I am so happy that this is the time that we came together. And thank you for invitation, making it happen. Dan, your stewardship of being able to put us technically out there, closer to the people. I am very excited, and let's host next time. Denver and well, we are in Los Angeles, so you are also under Los Angeles sky. As someone noticed, we don't have a beautiful Southern California sun for you today, but maybe the next time. But this is the essence of empowerment creativity through passports, just like our our hosts and guests. You can enter into not only being a listener, but also participant in finding your ways to create your ownership of your mission and brand. So check out the passports. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, join me on Twitter. I will be coming live with video from Space Beach. This is a beach in Santa Monica that Copernic Space is, I would say, we love this part of the beach and we name it Space Beach, but it's a beautiful Shutters Hotel. So at 11 o'clock, we will be transmitting live with some special guests on Twitter. We'll be talking about NFT tunes, NFT tunes. This is my reaction to talking to a lot of musicians in Los Angeles and the realizations that with Copernic Space and Spaceables, we have a power to lead in launching music-focused NFTs and take them to the moon. So there will be always technological innovation, business innovation, brand innovation. And I will tell you also about some really cool news about AI, film, and creativity. So join me tomorrow, and I will have Donna, Grant, of course, Dan, and others. But otherwise, we'll be happy to revisit your studio again. Thank you so much for hosting us, Grant. Great job painting a big picture of Copernic Space.
Thank you so much for being here today. And until next time, we'll see you around the galaxy.